Díomh a Chairde. This is a short podcast celebrating the day, fado, but not so long ago, that 100 years ago my granddad became what's known now as a Garda Síochána, guardian of the peace. It's like a civic guard at the time, a policeman, and he was amongst the first 1,000 in Ireland, which had become a free state, was creating its own version of how to live in peace and harmony. And we're very proud of the fact that this beautiful gentleman from Longford, James O'Hara, my granddad, stepped up to the invitation to bring Ireland to a new stage of peace and harmony and finding your own way through life, through farming, different farming practices. And I rarely look at the past, and I feel like creating a new perspective and appreciating the past. So what I'm saying is that the peace that we feel in this moment is very important. The guardians of the peace, Garda Síochána, is part of my ancestry. But it's really the man I want to celebrate, the man who met his beloved, my grandmother, in Donegal, just close to the border. And this is where we live now. I live on the land of my partner, my husband's, Brendan Farren's family land. And we still have the sounds in the background. You might hear the army practicing their version of peacekeeping. And of course, I'm very much into open-heartedness and finding a way that is peaceful to live. And I think that by all accounts, we have found a way of being peaceful here. Watching the trees grow, this sunflower, which is going to feature throughout my podcasts in the next few months as we celebrate peaceful presence, centering ourselves within to bring peace to the world. And today, I want to honor that 100 years ago today, my grandfather joined the peacekeeping civil guard, Garda Síochána. Here was where he was stationed on this peninsula of Inishowen, Donegal. And I'm happy to say we have a recording of his voice. My father, Aidan O'Hara, has recorded his father decades ago now, and we're going to celebrate. My family are going to have a little gathering tonight and have a listen to some of the words of fun, and I'd like to share some of the outstanding points, some of the bits that I heard and loved. I'm watching the birds. I'm seeing like birds of prey, bees and lovely little garden birds in our company in this peaceful garden. But my granddad actually said that he was fearless when in a predicament where gunshots were being in his neighborhood. And I'm really happy to say that I'm fearless too. I used to get very angry and annoyed with the sounds of the army across the water there in Northern Ireland. But I've really risen above it. I've transcended all of that approach. And I'm really happy to say that peace is accessible in any moment.
Can you recall then between you, your arrival, you were 908,
yeah.
So you were pretty...
April.
He came in February.
In March.
March, and you came in April.
Yeah. It shows you the number that were recruited, how quick they were recruited at them.
Yeah.
You know, they were coming in hundreds.
Well, you see, it reached, the force reached about 2,000 by the end of 1922.
It did, yeah, that's right.
And then they were sent out to in different batches.
Batches
They
here and
get
there,
a very good training. They hadn't time.
Well, I joined the 28th of April. I was in the Republican Police in Longford. I was in the Army first. We took over the battery barracks in Longford. And then when the RIC left Dublin Street in Longford, I was one of the crowd picked to measure, you know, had to be the height to do Republican police work. I did the Republican police work there until the 26th of September.
Yeah.
And then I had an exam there. And I went to Dublin.
Yeah.
And we landed at the Broadstone station. It's closed now.
That's right.
And we were supposed to go to Ball's Bridge, you see. Ball's Bridge is the depot at the time. But we didn't get any notice that the Ball's Bridge was closed and it was transferred to the Cavalry Barracks in Kildare.
Yeah.
It had a square bigger than this, far bigger than this town. Huge square. And we went and marched down from the Broadstone station down to the King's Bridge, and on our way down, we were in the North Quays, and on our way down there was shots fired at us from the South Quays, and we were down to the King's Bridge. We didn't pass no remarks, didn't frighten us or excite us at all. So we landed in then and were put on these given beds in the different huts, and the beds are full of straw, new laid straw, and in the morning half of the fellows are lying on the floor.
So, when I got married in Newton College in 1925, the night before I was transferred to Ballyhays in Cavan, Jim the Skipper come up with a quarter party for me as a present. And I couldn't take it because I had crossed the bars, I was afraid. Imagine. It was dangerous, you know. So we were great friends after that.